Alright guys, Simon here. We're playing Socrates Jones, Pro-Philosopher. So this is chapter 6. I think this is the end. Or the last chapter at least. I also remember it being kind of long too. Alright, let's just go. The Arbiter says, well, that was quite a spirited performance, Socrates. Thank you. Who would have thought an accountant from New York could turn out to be such a great debater? Thank you, Arbiter. I believe Friedrich Nietzsche has volunteered to discuss his ideas with you next. A prominent, if sometimes paradoxical thinker, he is often quoted by the angsty teens of your era. Give me a moment, I will retrieve him. Of course. You okay, Ari? I don't know how she's still doing this, Dad. I mean, look at me, I'm getting tired and I'm just helping out. I know, Ari, I was personally hoping Kant's answer would hold up. At this point, I kind of think that the nature of morality is impossible to find. ... What did you say? Oh, I said I kind of think that the nature of morality is impossible to find. Huh, interesting. Unfortunately, while interesting, that description of the nature of morality is also incorrect! Exclamation, exclamation. Wait, what? I'm very sorry, but the rules state he has only one chance, and I'm afraid that wasn't it. Oh, that was it. What the hell, that's completely bogus. Well, Dad wasn't trying to provide an answer just then, he was just thinking to himself. Tell him, Dad, tell him you didn't intend to make a statement about morality. ... Dad, ... Ari, he's right. What? What I said was, in fact, a statement about the nature of morality. I can't deny that. The nature of morality is that it's impossible to find. Well, I'm glad you're taking this so this reasonably, Socrates. Again, the deepest of apologies. I hope you'll be able to make yourself comfortable here. Wait. Arbiter, before you leave, can I ask you one thing? I suppose. Why? That's one pretty big thing, bro. Excuse me? Why am I wrong? Come now, your stance is full of holes, Socrates. Of that there's no doubt. So you've said, but why? If I'm going to be here forever, I'd like to at least understand why I'm wrong. Very well, Socrates, that it's only fair. Allow me to spell it out for you. Oh, here we go. You have presented your philosophical views. Your primary is foolish, as morality has a tangible impact. The world is clearly bettered when individuals strive to be better. Yeah, but that's just saying, you know, better is better. How do you define better? You know, it's like saying tall is tall, but how do you define tall? You know what I mean? Like short is short, okay. I mean, the world is bettered when individuals strive to be better. That's like saying the world is bettered when individuals better. That's like saying better is better, which isn't, you know, doesn't actually, there's no substance to that statement. I see little reason to doubt the existence of some form of morality in our world. And there we go, Socrates. As you see, your answer is flawed to the core. I see. Well, if you don't mind, Arbiter, I'd like to ask you a few questions. Dad, do you intend to challenge the Arbiter? Yes, I do. Well, listen, I don't know if you forgot this, but he's the Arbiter. Yeah, and I'm a philosopher. So? Question mark, exclamation, question mark. Ari, you once told me never to let an argument go unexamined, didn't you? Frankly, we both know that I know little about philosophy. For all my bombast, it's only because of that piece of advice that we've lasted as long as we have. But Dad, we've encountered many arguments that look solid on the surface, but each and every one of them had a flaw. If we don't look closely at this one, how can we know it's not the same? Examine everything. There's too much on this line. There's too much on the line for us to forget that now, no matter how scary our opponent looks. Alright. I trust you. Good. He's got a scowl on his face. Well, this is unexpected, Socrates. I confess you have piqued my interest. I suppose, given all you have done, some questions are warranted. Ask away, but do not feel too hurt when you come up short. No, you come up short. You've presented, yep, I have. Your premise is foolish, as morality has a tangible impact. Can you clarify this? It is possible to argue that things don't exist when they cannot be felt. When an impact can be felt, however, such an argument becomes more precarious. Such is the case when it comes to morality. Example, or backing? I will do so in a moment, Socrates. No, example, bro. Alright, never mind. The world is clearly better when individuals strive to be better. Um, okay, well, we're not actually. He's not actually discussing the nature of morality. He's just saying morality exists, right? Clarification? What do you mean by this? I think this is pretty clear, Socrates. No, bro, it's not. It's just no. Mankind is better off when held to a higher standard. In other words, when they adhere to the principles of some form of morality. Backing. Can you back this up? History has been marked by shifts in human temperament. Advances in moral thinking tend to lead to periods of prosperity. No. I think you are confusing moral thinking with the consequences of different forms of thinking. I mean, you're just saying that. No. He's got this back to front. Like, when you look back at history, you see the prosperous times and you say, well, their thinking must have been moral. And then you look at the bad times and you say that, well, their thinking must have been immoral. But at the time, they didn't know. Like, people didn't know whether the things they were proposing were good or bad. Like, I mean, Hitler, for example, as you know, he was pretty crazy and he was pretty wrong about a lot of things, but he thought he was right. I mean, that's the part that got him into trouble. Like, he was wrong, but he thought he was right. He thought killing the Jews was correct, which is obviously crazy to us now that we look at it, you know, with the benefit of hindsight. But he truly believed it, and not just that, you know, Germany went with it. I mean, not all Germans, I guess, were completely, not all Germans completely supported that idea, but enough Germans went along with it for it to happen. I mean, they didn't know. I mean, they thought they were doing the right thing. Hitler genuinely thought that the Jews were the source of all of Germany's problems. It wasn't, but that's what they thought. And he was crazy, but that's what he genuinely thought he was right. Yeah, but you know, so I mean, that led to a complete disaster. Of course, it led to the disaster of the Second World War. Although there were other factors involved as well, of course. But what I'm trying to say is, you know, you're looking back and you say, okay, things that worked out were good, things that didn't work were bad. I mean, looking back, we can say that Hitler was wrong, but at the time, they don't know. So the judgment of morality that we, you know, the way we judge the morality of their thinking is based on the outcomes of what happened after them. But at the time, they didn't know whether they were right or wrong. Anyway, while flawed or distorted ideas lead to decline, okay. Seeing this, there can be little doubt that morality betters the world. No, because again, it wasn't about morality. Like, Hitler thought he was doing the right thing. Well, he thought. So it's like, you know, you kind of, you're looking back at things with the benefit of hindsight. They can say these things, but it doesn't help the people at the time make good decisions. I mean, it's the thing. Look, individuals strive to be better. Hitler strove to be better in his, you know, twisted, demented, crazy sort of way. He strove to make Germany better. He was completely wrong, but he strove to be better. So that's not entirely true. I see little reason to doubt the existence of some form of morality in our world. Clarification. Can you clarify this point? For the reasons I've stated, it seems more than likely morality exists. Principal backing. Can you back this up? I believe I have already. Question relevance. How is this related to your conclusion? In most ways, this is my conclusion. I can't say his face is ugly. Question relevance. How is this related to your conclusion? It outlines the key supporting points, Socrates. Oh, wait, never mind. Go back. Question relevance. How is this related to your conclusion? It outlines why it is difficult to argue that morality does not exist. I'm not saying that morality does not exist, though. See, you're trying to find the right place to challenge him. What are you doing there? I thought you were saying you find something wrong with the argument. Did I? I actually have very few problems with this argument, and that's what makes me feel something's off here. Huh? Question asked for clarification. What views are those? Come now, Socrates, do you really need me to outline your own opinions? Yes. I just can't help but feel everything would be clearer if you did. Very well, if you insist. Statement updated. You claim that morality does not exist. Ask for clarification. Can you clarify this point? I have already done so, Socrates. You have stated you believe that morality does not exist. Principal backing, can you back this up? Socrates, be reasonable. Did you not say these words yourself? No. ... Alright, Arbiter, I admit you have raised a strong objection to the idea that morality does not exist. Thank you, Socrates. As governor of this realm, it would be tragic if I had not. Do you see now why such an answer is insufficient? Of course, there's just one problem. That wasn't my answer. What? What you're arguing against is 2 steps removed from what I actually said. You have discredited the non-existence of morality, but I claim that the answer to morality might not be findable. There is a difference. Well then, those are essentially the same thing. No, they're not. No, they're not. I think we can all agree morality exists in some form for all the reasons you have described, even if it were difficult for each person, as Protagoras would argue. There is no doubt that we can develop some sort of guideline for how we should behave. Can we? We can. But it doesn't work all the time. Guidelines work most of the time. It doesn't work all of the time. But it does not mean that what we seek, a perfect definition for morality, exists as well. Morality could very well have more abstract, or might very well be more abstract, like faith or happiness. Just because it exists doesn't mean there's an answer everyone will agree on. That's true. That's true. Therefore, I can claim a perfect answer does not exist without throwing morality itself out the window. An answer demands morality, but morality does not demand an answer. I can't believe it, we may just survive this after all. As you can see, Arbiter, the argument you have built is a very effective counter, but it's a counter to something I did not claim. ... I see. I apologize for misunderstanding your initial points, Socrates. I guess it's always important to make sure the person you're debating understands you clearly, huh? So that position makes sense now, right? Does that mean you can accept this answer? I'm afraid not. His position still has a number of critical flaws. No, you have a number of critical flaws, like that scowl on your face. Allow me to explain. Socrates, you claim that a flawless answer cannot be found. However, I do not see how this is possible when there are infinite potential answers. Already here you have seen arguments of many branches and formulations. With possibilities so incomprehensibly vast, surely one must stand as infallible. With this being the case, it is only a matter of time before we find the answer. No, if it's that easy to find, it seems more like we would have found it already. As you can see, Socrates, as long as the possibilities are infinite, the answer is findable. Interesting argument, based around a mathematical concept, I see. Well, you forgot one thing, Arbiter. I'm an accountant, dun dun dun, I deal with faulty numbers all the time. What a boss. Wow, damn, I just got shivers. So you already know what the problem here is? Well, no, but I couldn't pass up one chance to make being an accountant sound cool. You are cool, bro, you are cool. With that goatee thing on your face, that thing there on your chin, you are cool. Remember when I said I trusted you just 5 minutes ago? Don't make me rethink that. Being stuck here forever would be bad enough without having made total fools of ourselves. Socrates, do you intend to actually ask me questions? I understand if you did not, you have placed yourself in an unfortunate position. No, you have placed yourself in an unfortunate position with that stupid mask on your face. It may be easier to just admit you to your error. As if... Okay, let's rumble. Socrates, you claim that a flawless answer cannot be found. I'm saving that. You claim that the flawless answer cannot be found. Yeah, okay. However, I do not see how this is possible when there are infinite potential answers. Ask for clarification. What do you mean by this? I'm saying that the number of possible solutions that philosophers may think of is not in any way limited. There are infinite possible ideas and infinite variations on those ideas. So essentially, no matter how many answers we discredit, there will always be another one on the table. Just thinking about that makes me tired. However, I do not see how this can be possible when there are infinite potential answers, alright? Principal backing, can you support that statement? There can be little doubt that the potential answers are infinite, Socrates. How do you know? How do you know? I will provide evidence for this in my... Okay, fine. Relevance? How does this connect? It clearly sets up my counter-argument, alright? Already here you have seen arguments of many branches formulations. Yes, we have. With possibilities so incomprehensibly fast, one must surely stand as infallible. I don't remember how long we have before the end of the game, so before we reach the end of the game, I'm just gonna do this. No, but your face is ugly. Well, your face is ugly. ... Socrates, do you really think this is a good idea? Yes! I was just... I mean, maybe? Well then, perhaps it's time for a harsh wake-up call. Oh wow! Wow, you lose the game! Oh wow! I hope you yourself come to believe Socrates. You won't be going anywhere anytime soon. Wow, you lose the game! No! No, this is the end. No, it's not autosave. Alright, back to the autosave. Come on. Wow, you lose the game! Alright, continue. That sucks though. Alright, here we go. Infinite, blah blah blah. Or with, okay, here we go. Ask for clarification. I'm not sure I understand. What I'm trying to say here is simple. If we're able to look at every single pattern of thought, there is little doubt that the answer should be one of them. Or would be one of them. That's no. Press for backing. Back this up for me. What do you mean? Well, what makes you so sure one of them is perfect? Socrates, is the answer not in the infinite itself? Arbiter! Yes, Socrates? The argument you are making here is quite simple on the surface. I can see why with so many possible answers you might believe one of them has to be true. Might believe? Correct, for while I understand where you're coming from, I'm afraid infinity doesn't work quite the way you think it does. Huh. I don't understand either, Dad. What do you mean? Okay, time for a math lesson. To put it plainly, infinite is not the same as all-encompassing. Oh snap, math time! Infinite is not the same as all-encompassing. They may sound similar, but the two are actually entirely different. There are infinite real numbers between 0 and 1, but none of them are 2. Mind explosion! Likewise, there may be infinite potential ways to define morality, but that does not guarantee that one of them is perfect. Infinite is not the same as everything. Does that make sense? Crazy! Well, come now, Socrates. Even if I can't prove the answer is out there, probability is surely on my side. Philosophical thought is so diverse, the amount of ground which is covered is truly incredible. With this being the case, surely it seems more likely than not that the answer exists, yes? Does it? Over the course of my time here, every philosopher I have encountered has claimed to have the answer to your question. However, close examination revealed that, diverse as they were, all of them had flaws. Come to think of it, that's true. Yes, it is, Ari. Faced with a parade of great thinkers, all failing to accomplish the same task you have assigned for me, my position only seems stronger. There is no evidence that a set of possible answers contain perfection. In fact, it seems extremely unlikely. The fact is, the existence of infinite possibilities does not guarantee a certain possibility is among them. Any claim that it does is simply and objectively false. Now, I guess I can understand the mistake. You're the ruler of the realm of ideas, and not the realm of facts, after all. But as an accountant, I can never stand for such an assumption. Right.
Nonsense.
No, you nonsense. Socrates, let's set aside the witticisms and return to the basics for a moment. You have posited here that there may, in fact, be no provable answer to the question of morality. Yes? You claim, in fact, there is no evidence to support there being such an answer. Why are you asking so many questions? My dad just said all these things. Relax, Ari. Yes, Arbiter, and the existence of infinite answers cannot itself be considered proof. I see. Well, Socrates, these are all interesting points, but I believe there is one important detail you have forgotten. The answer has been found before.